Magic as a power system in anime is about as common as a douchebag AI CEO saying something diabolically evil in broad daylight.
I think AI will probably, most likely, sort of lead to the end of the world, but in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine.
It basically happens every season, and I don't particularly like it in my shows, cause more often than not it's only used as a cop-out for not being able to create anything unique that has its own interesting framework. Why would I take on the task to come up with a brand new system with fresh mechanics and rules when I can just go abracadabra and boom, here's how the power works. So when I got to know that Witchhead Atelier, by far the most anticipated anime of the season, is using magic as its power system, I lost interest as quickly as Minecraft YouTubers will in playing Minecraft next year. But when I actually got around to watching the show,
I tell you what though, folks, that's bloody nice. That is bloody lovely.
because what Witchhead Atelier is doing with magic is something I have never seen. You see, to me, the biggest problem with magic is that we never get to see how it works, the process behind it. The mage casts a spell and it works, nothing beyond that. Why does the spell specifically become fire? What rules determine this outcome? I know this can be said about any power system. Why does One for All make Deku stronger? It just does, that's his power. But it has clear rules and limitations on how the power works. Rules that massively impact the way he can use his quirk, in turn making the journey of him learning and using his quirk in creative ways super interesting. While magic is quite broad and flexible, where rules can be bent conveniently for dramatic beats, treating it like a vehicle for hype fights and overpowered moments rather than a defined system. And you might think, duh, it's magic. How do you even explain how it works? It's not supposed to make sense. Well, I'm sorry to say, but Kamome Shirahama absolutely mocked you and your favorite mangaka. Cause Witchhead Atelier fixed this problem by adding a mechanism between the mage and the magic: drawing. At first, it does seem like just another catalyst to cast magic, but it's so much more than that. Drawing specific seals will cast specific magic, and these seals are drawn with a combination of sigils, signs, and rings, which all have their own unique effect on the spell. To cast a fire-based spell, you first use the fire sigil, and now if you want to shoot the fire in a specific direction, you use a column sign, with the largest column faced in the direction you want the fire to be shot in. But you use the levitation sign if you just want the fire to be held above the seal, and make sure your levitation sign is drawn long enough, because the size of the sign dictates how much weight it can hold. You see what I'm getting at here? The power system has properly laid down these building blocks of how everything works, and throughout the show you see witches using these blocks in creative and ridiculous ways, yet not a single time are you left confused, as you are precisely shown the process behind every spell. It's like artists and engineers using their skills to somehow make this happen. I guess there's some world where these degrees are not entirely pointless. But the most interesting and fun part about the system is you yourself can draw seals that don't even exist in the show but would still work in the show's world, using these blocks the show has given you. And the community ate this shit up. This Brazilian dude made an entire website that allows you to make and share your own spells, and what followed is thousands of people creating innovative and clever spells that no singular author could ever write. I mean, if this doesn't make it one of the best power systems in anime, then what will? Moving on from the power system though, the show in general is really damn awesome. Witchhead Atelier is a story of Coco learning all about magic to save her mother from a forbidden spell that she cast on her.
Mama, please don't you cry, I'm sorry.
You see, magic in this world can only be used by witches, but Coco loves magic and has always wanted to use it. One day, with the help of some sneaking around, she finds out that magic can be accessed by anyone. So like any 12-year-old, without thinking about the consequences, she immediately went on to try it out, only to find out her drawing skills are worse than those of a drunk infant. What follows shows is her learning all the fundamentals of art, perspectives, proportions, anatomy, and all that jazz to create and harness the beauty of magic. Nah, she just traced over a magic picture book. Well, at least she didn't use AI.
In the meantime, there will be great companies created with.
But of course, this wasn't any ordinary spell. This was a curse spell that petrified her mother as soon as it was summoned. And the only reason Coco didn't go out with her is because Keyfree saved her in the nick of time. One look at this dude and you know he's going to be that aura farming, Gojo-esque character of the show. And this is the problem with the industry, right? One trope gets popular and everybody starts copying it. Like, bro, at least try to hide it. The white hair, the blue eye. Oh. Well, never mind. Now, Keyfree believes there's a chance that the spell can be reversed. So, to learn and discover new magic in order to save her mother, Coco joins his atelier, where she finally gets her witch hat. And maybe that is why this is her witch hat atelier. Now, the story gets dangerously close to becoming a generic shonen adventure. But what separates the show from the rest is that you genuinely don't know who to root for throughout the season. I know it sounds stupid. Who am I gonna root for? The deranged masked monster or this little girl? I'm not gonna lie, I might have to pass on this one. I can't decide. Technically, witches are the quote-unquote heroes and brimmed caps are the villains. But right from the first episode, you're constantly made to question if it really is that black and white. Firstly, the backstory itself seems like complete bullshit, right? Of course, only the few good witches that survived decided to make magic accessible only to them and whoever they chose. Not to keep it all for themselves, obviously, but to protect it from being used in bad hands. There are literal knights roaming around the world with the only job to wipe out memories of people who learn about forbidden magic or any other secrets of magic. They are brainwashing people in the name of protecting them. And you might tell me to put down my tinfoil hat and birds are not common drones, but later in the show, Keyfree himself is revealed to be against the leaders of witches, so now they are definitely not all good. But guess what? Keyfree is also hinted at having a negative side to him. So who the hell are we supposed to root for? In other shows, you go in with bated breath, not knowing which characters will make it out alive. But here, not only do you not know who will make it out alive, you don't even know who you want to make it out alive. It's insane how much suspense and mystery the show is able to pack with this one thing. You watch every little detail with a tint of skepticism, knowing there's more going on than what they want you to believe. It screams Attack on Titan final season, but from the first season itself. Another great aspect about the show is its characters. I am so glad that anime as a medium is finally moving on from writing characters that revolve around a single trope. You know, the crybaby trope. Or the sexual predator trope, I guess. And there's no better example of this change than Witch Hat Atelier. You really can't classify these characters into a singular type or trope. Every character is written like a real person, leading to all of them being more nuanced and complicated. I can't describe any of these characters in a single trait. All of them are a mix of many. Coco's constant guilt of feeling like the world is falling apart just because she chose to follow her love is so fun to follow. Agate's determination to prove her worth, not being born from her surroundings but her own depleting self-worth due to her childhood, is super interesting. Even Keyfree manages to be way more than the aura character of the show. Now combine these characters and a thoughtfully written story with the beautiful art and amazing animation, and what you get is a strong contender for the anime of the year. But what excites me more than anything is we are just 12 episodes in, and the manga is not even close to the conclusion. If we got this much to talk about just from 12 episodes, I can't even fathom how much more is yet to come. And that's about it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, then please like and subscribe. We are inches away from hitting that 1K figure. But apart from that, be safe, be nice, and I'll see you guys the next time. Goodbye.